You can feel the tension, even from your living room. The studio lights glint off the polished desks, and that iconic Jeopardy music fades into a suspenseful hum. You know what that means? It's time for the final challenge. Tonight's category: bottles of water, and this is the moment every contestant dreams of the final Jeopardy. We have three players, three strategies, but only one ultimate prize. Ashley Chan, Cameron Barry, and Paulo Pasco have battled their way through the clues. Every answer a test of knowledge, nerve, and pure endurance. The scores are tight, the stakes have never been higher, and the audience is silent, holding its breath in anticipation. You can almost hear the ticking of the clock. Each second stretches on endlessly. Every pen poised over the paper feels heavier than the last. Then the host's voice cuts through the quiet. 30 seconds. Good luck. The contestants nod, pens at the ready. The board flips, revealing the clue, and a wave of suspense washes over the room. Ashley Chan is up first. You can see her brow furrow in concentration. She hesitates, glances at the other players, then quickly scribbles down her answer. The host turns to her. What did you come up with, Ashley? She replies, what is Lake Baikal? A collective sigh ripples through the audience. Not the right answer. She had wagered everything, and just like that, her score drops to 0. The audience murmurs, and you can feel the empathy for her in the room. Next is Cameron Barry, who was in second place with a solid $22,000. He leans forward, a mix of confidence and nerves on his face. The host announces he wrote down the Mariana Trench. Cameron also wagered big, and now his score plummets all the way down to just $801. All eyes in the studio, and everyone watching at home, now turn to Paolo Pasco. He was in the lead with $24,800. He appears calm, but you can see the tension in his shoulders. He looks up and admits, I don't know. It's a rare moment of pure honesty on a stage that's built on certainty. The host offers a hint. Maybe the name Vaquita would have clued you in at something Latin American. Paolo played it safe. He wagered 0, preserving his lead and securing his win. But what happened next would change everything. After the show, the internet went wild. People were buzzing not just about the win, but about the clue itself. Let's break it down. The vaquita, the world's most endangered marine mammal, is native to this body of water in Mexico. The answer? The Gulf of California. Now, why did this specific question cause such a stir? Well, for one, it highlighted a critically important environmental issue. The vaquita is a tiny porpoise on the brink of extinction, with fewer than 10 estimated to be left in the wild. Their biggest threat is illegal gillnet fishing used to catch another endangered species, the totoba fish. So, this wasn't just a trivia question. It was a spotlight on a real-world crisis. Viewers online started debating, was it a fair question? Some argue it was too niche, blending marine biology and geography in a way that was almost impossible for the average person. They felt it was less about knowledge and more about obscure, specialized information. One user tweeted, I have a degree in marine science, and even I had to pause and think about that one. The frustration was real. People felt for the contestants, especially Ashley and Cameron, who lost big on a question many considered unfair. On the other hand, a lot of people defended the show. They pointed out that Jeopardy is known for its challenging clues. The whole point is to test the limits of contestants' knowledge across a huge range of subjects. This camp argued that the question successfully brought attention to the vaquita's plight, turning a game show moment into a global conversation about conservation. If even one person learned about the vaquita tonight, then it was a good question, another user commented. And that's really the heart of it. This final Jeopardy became more than just a game. It sparked a massive discussion about conservation, media responsibility, and what we consider common knowledge. It made thousands, maybe even millions of people Google vaquita for the first time. News articles popped up, and conservation groups saw a surge in traffic to their websites. The show, intentionally or not, had created a powerful teaching moment wrapped in a high-stakes television drama. It reminds us that knowledge isn't just for winning money on a game show. It's about understanding the world around us and the challenges it faces. It was a tough question, no doubt, but it also proved that sometimes the most difficult questions are the ones that need to be asked. What do you think? Was the clue fair, or did it cross the line? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into moments that made us all talk. The studio goes silent. Everyone in the audience is leaning in, holding their breath. You can feel the tension in the air, the collective heartbeat of the room pounding. This is it, the final Jeopardy round. It's supposed to be a game of knowledge, but tonight it's a high-stakes game of nerves. The category is bodies of water, and the clue reads, this body of water, also known as the Vermilion Sea, is home to a unique ecosystem that Jacques Cousteau called the world's aquarium. The music fades and the contestants scribble down their final answers. Ashley, Cameron, and Paolo have all played an incredible game to get here. But now it all comes down to this single moment. One clue, one wager, one chance to advance to the Tournament of Champions finals. The host begins the reveal, starting with Ashley. She confidently wrote down, "What is the Sea of Cortez?" A correct answer. The audience gives a polite clap. But then the camera pans to her wager. She bet everything she had. And her total? It drops to 0. A gasp ripples through the crowd. A bold move that didn't pay off. Next, Cameron. He also wrote down the correct answer. What is the Gulf of California? Also known as the Sea of Cortez. But, like Ashley, his wager was a gamble. He bet almost everything, leaving him with just $801. 2 brilliant contestants, 2 huge wagers, 2 stunning outcomes. Now, all eyes turn to Paolo. He's been playing a more conservative game all night, but his knowledge has been undeniable. What did he write? The host reveals his answer. What is the Sea of Cortez? He got it right. The audience waits on the edge of their seats. What was his wager? The host reveals the number, 0. Paolo bet absolutely nothing. He played it safe, trusting that his existing score would be enough. His total remains unchanged, a massive $24,800. This is where strategy smashes into reality. You see, a game like Jeopardy isn't just about what you know. It's about when you know it, how you use it, and having the courage to make or not make a big move. Ashley and Cameron's bold bets were thrilling, a true display of confidence. They went all in. But Paolo's decision to hold back wasn't just caution, it was calculated wisdom. He understood the board, he understood the scores, and he understood the risk. He played the players as much as he played the game. The host smiles, letting the moment sink in before making the official announcement. And that means Paolo Pasco will advance to the Tournament of Champions finals. The room explodes. Applause thunders from every corner, a wave of celebration for Paolo's incredible performance. You can see the relief wash over his face, a mix of pride and sheer joy. He's done it. Let's not forget Ashley and Cameron. They may have faltered at the final hurdle, but their journey tonight was nothing short of remarkable. Every correct response they gave, every daring wager they made, pushed them to their absolute limits. They brought an energy and excitement to the game that had everyone captivated. They played with heart, and that's something to be admired. It's moments like these that remind us why we love watching. It's more than just a quiz show. It's a drama unfolding in real time. It teaches us that knowledge isn't just a collection of facts stored in your brain. It's about having presence of mind, impeccable timing, and sometimes just a little bit of luck on your side. It is about knowing when to push all your chips to the center of the table and when to hold back and let the game come to you. Paolo's victory tonight was a masterclass in strategy. A perfect example of how sometimes the smartest move is the one you don't make. What do you think? Was Paolo's strategy brilliant, or were Ashley and Cameron just unlucky? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. We love reading your analysis of these incredible game moments. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the most memorable moments in game show history. We'll see you in the next one. The lights dim slightly, spotlighting the contestants as they stand, poised for what comes next. In the studio, you can feel the energy shift. The host's voice cuts through the quiet anticipation, giving us a sneak peek of the electrifying days ahead. He announces, tomorrow we have a special exhibition match with our 3 seeded players. And then the Tournament of Champions begins on Monday. The camera sweeps across the audience, and you can see it on every face, a mixture of excitement, sheer admiration, and that palpable tension that only a high-stakes game can create. It feels like the entire room is holding its breath, a collective heartbeat thumping in time with the game's rhythm. Every true fan knows this feeling. This isn't just any quiz show. This is Jeopardy! The stakes are impossibly high. The breadth of knowledge required is staggering, and the players who stand on this stage possess a unique kind of courage. Now, let's rewind and break down that final moment, the one that had everyone on the edge of their seats. The final Jeopardy clue wasn't just a simple question. It was a crucible, a true test of composure under immense pressure. As the iconic theme music starts to play, you see more than just 3 people writing down answers. You see a chess match unfolding. You see strategy, risk assessment, and years of accumulated knowledge all converging into a single, decisive wager. In the warm glow of the studio lights, it becomes crystal clear that Jeopardy! Is so much more than a trivia competition. It's a form of theater, a deep dive into human psychology, and a masterclass in strategic thinking, all wrapped up into one unforgettable, heart-pounding moment. Think about the mental calculus each player has to perform in those final seconds. They're not just trying to recall a fact, they're sizing up their opponents. They're calculating probabilities based on the scores. How much does Victoria have? What is Troy likely to wager? If I bet big and I'm right, I win. But if I'm wrong, I could go home. If I bet small, am I playing it too safe? Will it be enough? All of this happens in the span of 30 seconds. It's a silent internal battle that we, the audience, can only guess at by watching their expressions. We see the furrowed brows, the quick glances at the scoreboards, the subtle confidence with a flicker of doubt in their eyes. This is where champions are made or broken, not just by what they know, but by how well they know themselves and their opponents. Paolo's journey, for instance, has been a fascinating watch. His performance tonight was a perfect example of this strategic depth. He didn't just answer questions, he played the game. He navigated the board with precision, hunting for daily doubles, and managing his score with a calm demeanor that belied the pressure he was under. But tonight wasn't just about Paolo. Each contestant, win or lose, brought something special to the stage. They showed us the raw power of the human intellect, the courage it takes to put your knowledge on the line in front of millions, and the grace to handle both victory and defeat. They reminded us that the true thrill of Jeopardy! Isn't always in the final score. It's in the risk, the breathtaking tension, and the quiet drama of a human heart racing against the clock in a silent studio as we look forward to the Tournament of Champions. We're not just excited to see who wins. We're excited to witness more of these moments, more brilliant flashes of insight, more daring wagers, and more of that incredible human drama that makes this game so compelling. It's a celebration of curiosity, a testament to lifelong learning, and a beautiful reminder that knowledge is, and always will be, a superpower. The stage is set, the players are ready, and we are all here for it. The coming days promise to be a showcase of some of the brightest minds, and we'll be watching every single clue. Thanks for watching and breaking down this incredible game with me. If you love the strategy and psychology of game shows as much as I do, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our coverage of the Tournament of Champions. Let me know in the comments who you're rooting for. Until next time, keep learning. As the cameras pull back, the studio is a sea of emotions. Some people are on the edge of their seats, still buzzing from that final Jeopardy! Reveal. Others are whispering, dissecting every move, every bet. You can almost hear the gears turning in everyone's minds. What would I have done? If I were Paulo or Cameron or Ashley, What would my strategy have been? Tonight's game was a masterclass in decision making under extreme pressure. All three contestants faced the same clue, the same 30-second clock, but their choices couldn't have been more different. Ashley went for broke, a truly brave all-in move. Cameron bet aggressively, swinging for the fences to snatch the win. And Paolo? He chose restraint, valuing certainty over a risky gamble. This is what makes Final Jeopardy so captivating. It's not just about what you know. It's about psychology, probability, and knowing yourself all crammed into half a minute. Watching it unfold live in the studio, the tension is just electric, something you can't truly replicate anywhere else. Even after the answers are revealed, you can feel Paolo's mind still racing. Did he think about a smaller wager, just in case someone else got it right? Did he fight an internal battle about betting more to secure an even bigger lead? These are the silent struggles every top-tier contestant faces, battles that viewers at home rarely get to see. They just see the final score. Meanwhile, Ashley is reflecting on her big risk. Losing it all definitely stings. But she understands it's a part of the learning curve in this high-stakes game. Courage, she's realizing, isn't always about winning. Sometimes it's measured in the small, bold decisions that help you grow, even if they don't make the headlines. Cameron's near miss has him deep in thought. He knows he wagered big and it didn't pay off this time. But there's a valuable lesson there about precision, about carefully weighing risk versus reward. Sometimes knowledge and confidence just aren't enough. Strategy is what truly decides the outcome. Think about it. What if Cameron had bet just half his total? Or what if Ashley had made a smaller, more calculated risk? One tiny change could have completely flipped the leaderboard. It's those what-if moments that make the game so compelling. As the host signs off, he reminds everyone about tomorrow's exhibition match and the upcoming Tournament of Champions finals. You can feel the excitement building. All eyes are now on Paolo, a rising star carrying not just his winnings, but the hopes of everyone who will be following his journey into the finals. But even after the board is cleared and the scores are final, the game continues in quieter ways. The handshakes backstage, the small sighs of relief, the shared smiles, these fleeting moments really capture the human side of Jeopardy. It's just as much about how people handle pressure as it is about knowing random facts. From a production standpoint, every pause, every look of hesitation is deliberately framed to build suspense. The editors piece it all together to create a story for TV, but they can never fully capture that raw. Electric tension in the studio, the sound of pens scribbling, the collective heartbeat of the audience in sync with the ticking clock. To viewers at home, it might seem simple. Contestants write down answers, the host reads clues, and numbers flash on a screen. But for the people on that stage, every second feels like an eternity. 30 seconds can be the difference between glory and disappointment. Between a ticket to the Tournament of Champions and walking away with a handful of hard-earned lessons. And maybe the most fascinating part of it all is that you can never truly predict how a player will react when the pressure is on. Will they risk everything? Play it safe? Or find some clever middle ground? That uncertainty is the very heartbeat of Jeopardy. The episode ends with applause and interviews, but for Ashley, Cameron, and Paolo, the learning never stops. Every moment from tonight will influence their next game, their next strategy, their next wager. Outside, the audience leaves the studio buzzing, still debating the bets and the clue. Social media is already lighting up with fan theories and clips of those dramatic final moments. The conversation carries on long after the studio lights have gone dark. And so the stage is set. Tomorrow brings a new match. Monday brings the Tournament of Champions finals. And every single viewer knows that in Jeopardy. Every decision counts, every wager matters, and every contestant gets to write their own story, one clue at a time. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow for more behind-the-scenes insights. The buzz of Final Jeopardy may have faded, but the real story is just beginning. For Paulo Pasco, tonight wasn't just a win, it was a golden ticket to the Tournament of Champions finals, the ultimate arena for Jeopardy's elite. You can see it in his eyes, that quiet fire, as he looks ahead to the next battle. New rivals, unimaginable stakes, and clues designed to stump the brightest minds. Back at home, The internet is electric. Fans are dissecting every move. Will Paolo's momentum carry him through? How will Ashley bounce back from her high-risk play? What will Cameron change in his strategy? This isn't just about trivia anymore. It's about psychology, guts, and the art of strategy under crushing pressure. For these contestants, every single detail matters. Paolo isn't just studying facts. He's studying patterns. He's analyzing how the greatest champions wager in Final Jeopardy, how they read their opponents, and how they master their own nerves. Each tiny insight could be the one that separates a champion from a runner-up. Backstage, the crew is already setting up for the next showdown, a special exhibition match. This isn't just a friendly game. It's a strategic rehearsal, a showcase for seeded players, and a tantalizing preview of the intensity waiting in the tournament of champions. Every camera is positioned, every microphone checked. They know that even a split-second micro-expression can tell a story to millions watching at home. Imagine yourself in that moment. The lights are blazing, the studio is silent, and the entire world is watching. One flicker of doubt, one miscalculation, and everything could change in an instant. Let's look at the journeys that brought us here. Ashley, despite ending with 0, walks away with her head held high. Her bold play will be remembered, and the lessons she learned tonight will forge a sharper, more refined strategy for the future. She knows that taking big risks is part of the game. Sometimes they pay off spectacularly, and sometimes they don't, but they always teach. Cameron is reflecting on his own aggressive wager. He risked $22,000 and lost nearly all of it. The math is brutal, but the lesson is profoundly human. Brilliant knowledge must be balanced with calculated risk. Tonight's sting will fuel a more nuanced approach in his next appearance. And then there's Paolo, quiet but radiating confidence. His cautious wager protected his lead. This is the true beauty of Jeopardy! It's a game of human decision-making as much as it is a game of facts. Every player brings their own unique blend of intellect, strategy, and sheer courage to that stage. And in those final 30 seconds, the world holds its breath as those qualities are put to the ultimate test. The conversation doesn't end when the credits roll. Fans everywhere are still debating who made the smartest bet, who played it too safe, who has what it takes to rise to the top. The suspense just keeps building, fueling the anticipation for the Tournament of Champions finals. But what about the moments we don't see? The brief glances between contestants, the quiet words of encouragement backstage, these are the invisible threads that weave the real story of the competition. Tomorrow's exhibition match will add another layer to this incredible drama. We'll see elite players go head-to-head, pushing the limits of their knowledge and nerve. Every choice, every wager, every hesitation will be under the microscope, reminding us all why Jeopardy is the pinnacle of intellectual sport. And for Paula Pasco, this is just the beginning. The Tournament of Champions awaits, the stage where legends are born, legacies are cemented, and every single clue has the power to change history. Thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe to keep up with all the action. Welcome back. Tonight, we're witnessing something truly special, an exhibition match featuring our 3 seeded players. The studio is electric, and you can feel the anticipation in the air. The stage is set, the players are ready, and the weight of expectation is palpable. Let's see how strategy, knowledge, and pure nerve collide in real time. The first clues hit the board, and the game is on. Buzzers sound in fractions of a second. This is Jeopardy! At its most intense. Each contestant shows off incredible recall, a product of years of study and preparation. The audience is right there with them, gasping at near misses and cheering for brilliant answers. Ashley, still reflecting on her big wager from the last game, is playing with a newfound caution, but her confidence is unshaken. She's measuring every risk, making wagers that maximize her potential without jeopardizing her lead. We're watching her strategy evolve right before our eyes. Then there's Cameron, who is energized and clearly determined. He's buzzing in aggressively, taking calculated risks that show both his deep knowledge and his courage. It's obvious he's learned from his final Jeopardy! Experience, refining his approach and testing his limits. And Paolo, Ever the calm and measured player continues his balanced strategy. He answers with precision, wagers with careful thought, and expertly reads his opponents. His lead isn't just on the scoreboard. It's psychological. That quiet confidence he exudes creates a subtle pressure that you can feel all the way through the screen. And then, the moment we've all been waiting for. Final Jeopardy. The category flashes on the board, and it's a familiar one, bodies of water. The contestants have 30 seconds to write down their wager, 30 seconds that could change everything. The audience is silent, holding a collective breath. Ashley looks deep in thought, clearly remembering her last all-in gamble. You can see the gears turning as she calculates the perfect wager, balancing the potential reward against the risk of losing it all. Cameron hesitates for a moment, weighing the odds and trying to get inside his opponent's heads. Meanwhile, Paolo, focused and experienced, assesses both players before confidently writing down his number. Who will risk it all? Who will play it safe? And who will strike that perfect balance between courage and caution? The clock is ticking down. 10, 9, 8. Time's up. Let's see the responses. One by one, the answers are revealed. The host draws out the suspense, and with each reveal, the leaderboard shifts. The crowd erupts with gasps and applause. Every single decision has a consequence, and it's thrilling to watch it all unfold. Behind the scenes, the cameras capture every tiny detail, a flicker of hope in a player's eyes, a fleeting look of disappointment, a subtle smirk of confidence. These are the moments that tell the real story of the game. At home, fans are already analyzing every move. Clips of Paolo's calm calculation, Ashley's bold growth, and Cameron's aggressive plays are going viral. Everyone has an opinion, debating the wagers and imagining what they would have done in that hot seat. The exhibition match ends, but the excitement is just getting started. This perfectly set the stage for the Tournament of Champions finals, where the stakes will be even higher and the strategies more intricate. Our contestants will take the lessons they learned tonight and use them to prepare for the ultimate challenge. And so, the journey continues. Jeopardy is so much more than a trivia game. It's a test of knowledge, strategy, courage, and intuition. Every decision, every moment of hesitation, and every spark of insight matters. For Ashley and Cameron, the path forward is clear. Learn, adapt, and rise to the challenge. What strategies will we see in the Tournament of Champions? Who will emerge as the ultimate Jeopardy champion? And how will the lessons from tonight shape the next unforgettable round? Thanks for watching. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a moment of the action. The lights of the exhibition match dim, but a different kind of energy begins to build. For Paolo, Ashley, and Cameron, tonight was never just about the final score. It was a rehearsal. A test run for the ultimate stage, the finals of the Tournament of Champions. In the quiet aftermath, Paolo sits alone, his mind a whirlwind of activity. He replays every clue, every wager, every strategic pause. He's not just recalling facts. He's dissecting the anatomy of the game. The Tournament of Champions demands more than just knowledge. It demands absolute perfection in strategy. One slight miscalculation could mean the difference between victory and defeat. One brilliant, unexpected move could etch his name into the annals of Jeopardy. History. Ashley, fresh from a bold final Jeopardy. Wager that didn't pay off. Finds herself in deep reflection. She's learned a powerful lesson tonight. Courage is a champion's asset, but it must be paired with precision. This wasn't a setback. It was a stepping stone. A crucial piece of the puzzle she needs to solve to achieve mastery and claim the ultimate prize. Meanwhile, Cameron feels a surge of energy, his mind buzzing with possibilities. He analyzes his famously aggressive style, seeing it now through a new lens. He understands the delicate, intricate dance between risk and reward. He sees how psychology, timing, and reading his opponents are weapons just as powerful as the knowledge stored in his mind. The game isn't just played on the board. It's played in the space between the players. And what about us? The audience, both in the studio and watching from our homes. The speculation is electric. Online forums and social media are alive with debate. Can Paulo maintain his incredible momentum? How will Ashley and Cameron adapt their strategies for the final showdown? The conversation goes beyond simple trivia. It's a fascinating look into human psychology, the art of decision-making under extreme pressure, and the pure, unadulterated thrill of high-stakes competition. But have you ever wondered about the moments we don't see? The silent internal calculations happening in a fraction of a second. The flicker of doubt that crosses a player's eyes. The subtle, almost imperceptible shift in posture that signals a surge of confidence. These are the invisible currents that shape the flow of every game, the unseen forces that forge a champion. Behind the curtain, the production teams are in constant motion, preparing for the grand finale. Every camera angle is meticulously planned. The lighting is perfected to capture every nuance of emotion. The host reviews every note, preparing to guide us through the suspense, the strategy, and the raw human drama that is about to unfold. Every glance, every heartbeat, every micro-expression will be part of the story we are all about to witness. The Tournament of Champions is so much more than a game show. It is the culmination of years of dedication. It's a battlefield where skill, intellect, strategy, and sheer courage collide. Each contestant arrives with a mind sharpened by countless hours of study, nerves of steel tested by the brightest of spotlights, and a burning desire to rise above the rest. For those of us watching, it's the ultimate showcase of human intelligence in action. As the stage is set and the final countdown begins, one thing becomes crystal clear. Jeopardy isn't just about knowing the answers. It's a profound celebration of intellect, of courage, and of the incredible human capacity to think, to reason, and to perform under pressure. Every decision, every wager, every hesitation, it all matters. And for everyone watching, the real thrill isn't just in the questions and answers. It's in the story. It's in the journey of each of these incredible contestants. It's in the lessons of risk and reward that we can all apply to our own lives. It's in the subtle, powerful drama of the highest level of competition. So, as we all wait for the finals to begin, one question hangs in the air. Who will rise? Who will falter? And who will claim the coveted title of Jeopardy champion? Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey. Don't miss a single moment of what's to come. Subscribe and follow along to experience the suspense, the strategy, and the triumph that makes this game so timeless. Tomorrow, the exhibition match continues. And on Monday, the Tournament of Champions begins. Every clue, every wager, every single decision will shape the legacy of these extraordinary players.